Hello, everyone. If you trade on forex, you definitely shouldn't miss this Wednesday because the Reserve Bank of New Zealand will announce its decision on the interest rate, possibly lowering it. Right now, we will look at the economic calendar and also discuss my pivot points directly on the chart in the MetaTrader 5 platform. I will show you how to profit from them, and we will also discuss which currency pair is best to launch with my trading robot. My name is Roman Kornev. You are on the channel about professional trading, so let's get started. So let's take a look. On Wednesday, April 9th, there will be news. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand's interest rate decision, with the previous value being 3.75, and it is forecasted to be 3.5. What does this mean for us as traders? If the interest rate is lowered, it means that the New Zealand dollar might drop at the time of the news release, which means you can quickly profit from it. The same thing happened last time. Let's look at the calendar. Look, last time on February 19th, the interest rate was 4.25, and the Reserve Bank of New Zealand lowered it to 3.75%. Now let's look at the chart. What happened? This is the day February 19th, and the volatility at that moment was 310 points. That is, the price of the New Zealand dollar fell by 310 points. This means that if you trade one standard lot on the MetaTrader 5 platform, you can earn $310 in just a few minutes, even if you only have $100 in your account. Yes, it is a high risk, but I explain how to reduce risks and increase profitability in my basic trading course for beginners from scratch. Therefore, if you are just starting to trade on forex, be sure to take my course. It's a video course, and moreover, it will be free for you if you open an account through the link in the description with the broker. I recommend. In general, we see that there is currently a trend towards a decrease in the marktudistung interest rate of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Therefore, most likely the rate will be reduced as expected, and we can profit from this. To make sure you don't miss this news, be sure to subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link will be in the description. And now let's see what's happening with the New Zealand dollar right now and what we can expect. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar chart. Well, first of all, we see that there has been high volatility in recent days. And on Friday, it actually fell very significantly, dropping by 2,400 points. So for a day, this volatility, I would say, is unusual because the standard, you see what was happening before. The price was moving quite calmly. And then after Trump's statement, the price started to fluctuate. It wasn't even the New Zealand dollar that fell, it was the dollar that rose, meaning the dollar strengthened. And that's why the New Zealand dollar fell. But what do we need to consider? That if there has already been a strong decline, then this of course slightly weakens the downward movement that we expect for the New Zealand dollar. Nevertheless, if the news comes out and is confirmed, then most likely one could profit from the decline. But it should also be considered that there is a reversal point below for buying, meaning for growth. If the news up comes out at a time when the price is at this reversal point, then of course it's better neither to buy nor sell, but to wait until the news passes and then trade in a calm market. But it's unlikely that it will happen exactly at the same moment, that both the price will reach the reversal point and the news will be released at that time. If the price reaches this reversal point on another day, you can confidently buy and profit from the rise. What is this? What is this reversal point? Let's take a look. This is an old support line. The price has already approached it. Look, it has already bounced off. It bounced off at this point, and that's why I expect it might bounce off this line again. Mark this reversal point for yourself and don't miss it. Now let's look at other currency pairs also related to the New Zealand dollar, as the New Zealand dollar will be under significant attention this week. Let's look at the Euro New Zealand dollar pair. By the way, if you trade gold or the euro, watch the video until the end. I will definitely also analyze gold. So the Euro New Zealand dollar pair is currently in such an uptrend, and resistance lines have been broken. I expect that if the price returns soon to these lines, they will act as a mirror support line from which you can buy and profit from the rise. By the way, if the first line is broken, there is a backup second support line as well. Therefore, you can average here and break even or earn twice as much. This is the so-called averaging strategy. By the way, I have a separate video on this strategy on my channel. Subscribe and watch. Let's look at the next currency pair, the British pound to the New Zealand dollar. The picture is somewhat similar. Here on the M30, I will also show you a reversal point. This was our resistance line. The price broke through it, and now it will be a mirror support line. If the price reaches this line, you can also buy here and profit from the rise. By the way, if you want to save time on finding reversal points and analyzing support and resistance lines, subscribe to my VIP channel. There, I provide selected signals based on the signals I trade myself. The number of subscribers is growing. People, are in demand, so subscribe, message me on Telegram, and I'll tell you how to subscribe to it. The next pair we will look at is the New Zealand dollar to the Canadian dollar. This is also a cross pair like the ones we looked at earlier, but I want to immediately point out that those who trade with my trading robot should note that cross pairs have now entered a phase of strong trends. Therefore, if you were trading in cross pairs in a buy-sell mode simultaneously, I do not recommend trading that way now. It is better to consider a trending movement, either buy or sell. For example, the New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar pair is currently in a downtrend, so the bull sell mode will be more of a priority here. Let's look at the reversal points, how to trade manually. Recently, the price broke through this support line, and now it will be a mirrored resistance line. Therefore, if the price reaches it, here around the quotes of 79,538, you can sell and profit from the decline. You can set an alert, a notification, so as not to miss this reversal point. The next currency pair, the Australian dollar to the New Zealand dollar, is also a cross pair and is also moving downwards. Here at the bottom, I am waiting for this price around the support line. Well, it's a weekly chart. Yes, the price may not reach it soon, although with the current dynamic of rapid movement, it might well reach it. Therefore, pay attention to this reversal point. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is also volatile because the dollar is fluctuating, as they say. And remember, I talked about the support lines. Here, the mirror lines, I expected gold to be around them. By the way, one reversal point worked out brilliantly. I shared it in my Telegram channel. Thank you. One person even expressed their gratitude. Right here at this spot, the price bounced exactly on point by point at the level of $3,054 per troy ounce. And most likely, if the downward movement continues, there will be more of these reversal points here. Just reminding you about them. Some people lack the patience to wait, but in reality, if you wait, this gold will reward you. Most likely, there will also be a bounce upwards at these reversal points, and you can profit from the rise. But also look at what's happening now. This line has just been broken. And if the price now returns to this line from below upwards, there will be a mirror reversal point here, already twice mirrored, from the resistance line. Here, you might sell and profit from the decline. All of these are short-term signals I provide. That is, the price usually bounces back by a small number of points, and you can profit from them. So let's finally take a look at the euro dollar. The euro dollar is also currently in an upward trend, also bouncing off mirror support lines. There was a mirror line, but what happened here? By the way, I provided this reversal point. Initially, the price didn't quite reach it, but it bounced twice. Well, that's normal. When there's such strong volatility, the price might not quite reach the horizontal lines and bounce off. So look, either enter trades earlier or uninduced, or if the price has already reversed a couple of times, don't enter that trade because it might break through strongly later. Although even if you had entered here, you could have averaged out. You see the price still returns to this level, and you can also profit from this. Let me mark the nearest ones now. We have a resistance line right here at these levels. So as soon as the price reaches this line, and more likely than not, it might reach it, because for now, the euro dollar is in an uptrend, from which you can sell and profit from the decline. That's the overview for this week. I remind you to subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. There, I provide more free signals. I also have a VIP channel with paid signals. If you haven't yet tried my trading robot yet, be sure to message me via the link in Telegram. I'll explain how to get it for free. Well, I wish you a successful trading week. Trade with pleasure. Goodbye, everyone.